Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, and this is Chakra Sessions. We are here to talk about all things chakra and to help you with your energy system and see what is going on within you and how to help you move through that. We all have times when we have physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual aches and pains. And when that occurs, it usually means we have some sort of stuck energy that is not moving for us. And when that occurs, tune into me every Tuesday and I will walk you through how to release that energy and give you a shot at, retaking your health and retaking control over your life and how it works for you. Because everything boils down to whether we have enough energy in our body to do what we want and be who we want to be. So I welcome you today. I'm excited. Today is all about opening communications with your higher self. And that's what this is all about. We all have a sense of there being something outside of us, or you wouldn't be tuned into this show. And we don't always trust our intuition. Good morning, Miss Neshi. So glad to see you. Hi, how are you doing? Woohoo! Today is a day where, like I said, we're going to try to help you find a way to communicate with your higher self. And usually when we're having difficulty connecting to our intuition or hearing the messages of the divine, it generally is because we've blocked some part of our own energy, not because the divine isn't communicating with us. It's because we, got a little, I don't know what to call it, so that we're not listening anymore. Stubborn, maybe. How about that? We got a little stubborn, didn't want to hear for a while, and now we want to hear. So perfect. So I'm going to do a shout out. Good morning, Renee. Lovely to see you. Renee just survived a school weekend. She's in our year 2 of our mystical energy healing school, and they had a doozy of a ride this weekend, but she survived, and very proud of her. Hi, Mary Ellen. She's saying hi to both Neshi and I. Good morning, sweetheart. And Rob. Yes, I'm always excited to see Rob. What do you know, Polly Jo? And I know you always catch me in the archives. That's how that always works. So I'm excited to see that as well. So good morning, everybody. It is time to open our communication with our higher selves. One of the things that keeps occurring is that we are noticing all this chaos on the planet. And people are really acting fearful, acting strange for some of us, that it's hard to imagine that people have gotten so scared and disconnected that they're behaving the way that they are. And all of the events that have been going on are just pointing in that direction, that people have just got into a huge survival scare mode and a way of feeling fearful. And so when we get into fear, we lose our intuition, we lose our connection to the divine. Sometimes we even forget it was there in the first place. We forgot that we were connected. We forget that there's something outside of ourselves and that we're not really being threatened by other people. So one of the ways you can help spread the love today is if you would take a moment to click like and share the broadcast. It'll allow us to reach even more people, because I know that as a planet, we need to open our intuition and we need to take the time to connect to our higher self, because that's where everything lies. I was listening to the beautiful Denise Awana this morning. And she pulls cards for people and gives readings on the energy of the week. And mine was perfectly timed. I don't often get a moment to check in, but it was exactly what I needed to hear, which is the ancient teachings are coming through and awakening within me, because they really have been. And that is because I'm really tapping into my higher self and listening to what the teachings and the ancients are trying to send through me to share with you. Because I think of it as we're here as divine beings, incarnated in a human experience. And in the human experience, part of our lesson is to have this spiritual amnesia, where we forget that we are creator, that we are the divine. And so it's helping you to remember, and I like to think of it as remember, like actually becoming part of your member. And when we do that, we really, really get to do some magical things while we're here on the planet. And I love spreading the magic. Thank you so much, Neshi. She just loved and shared the show. And I really appreciate when you guys do that. It truly helps us expand our reach and allows us to go deeper and farther out there. And the more people we can help impact in awakening to their higher self, the more we can bring, peace and love and understanding in, our corner of the world and shining it forward from there. So thank you, Neshi, for doing that. When we connect to our higher self, it involves 2 of our chakras usually, maybe 3 if you think about the heart as well. But we really think about the emphasis on the crown chakra. That is the direct gateway to our higher self. And it's fine if that is open, but if your 6th chakra, if your perception of that is not awake, then, it can be coming in all you want, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to spin around in your brain, and it's not going to ground itself and become lodged. When you can have all of your upper chakras open, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown, those 4 working in connection can really anchor all of the communication from your higher self and gives you an opportunity to speak your truth and be your truth and step forward to do and be who you are meant to be in your mission here, since we each have one. I feel that we each are here to heal the planet in our own particular way. And that all stems back to how we love to play. If you love to be in nature or work with children, that may be your way of healing the planet. My work is to heal the healers. So I'm here to heal everyone that I can to awaken to their mission. I think of it as we're sort of zombies sleepwalking. So when we do clearing in this meditation that we're going to do in a little bit, we will open up those pathways of communication, open up the ways that you might receive messages, and really take a moment to set your intention with your guides and your angels and ancestors that, yes, you are ready to open up communication or reopen communication. And thank you for showing up for us today and allowing that to occur, which is so, so cool. I just want to also tell people, if you are in my neck of the woods, which is in Massachusetts, New England area, this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, I will be in Enfield at the Enfield Square. There is a holistic winter health expo that is happening there on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. And I will be teaching mystical energy healing both Saturday and Sunday at 10 o'clock. So it's an hour free class if you want to come experience that. And at our booth, we will be offering free essential energy healings, which is basically a scan to see how your chakras are doing and what you can do to support yourself. And again, that's free too. And some of my beautiful students will be there to assist, and you'll be helping them as they gain experience, and help, again, spread love and healing throughout the community. So we're looking very forward to that this weekend. I also will be doing a chakra balancing meditation on Sunday morning as well, just if you want to come in and get a quick tune-up. It has a amazing vibration when we do that in person and live. And then for our Star Nations, I have a new show on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. It's called Soul Connection, and it is simply that. I am assisting you to connect to your soul. There's no classroom. There's no teachings. There is just healing. And after we do the healing meditation and the clearing of your energy system, I pull cards from whatever deck calls to me that day, and I share them with you, whether you're live and in person or whether, you simply tune in later. All you have to do to receive a reading is type in yes, please. And then I will send one out to you. We've been doing it now for 2 weeks, and Spirit guided me to get the healing energy out there to even more people. And I am blessed that Neshi and Star Nations thought that was a good idea too. So it allows me to really step into even deeper healing work, because I have the ability to heal many people at the same time. That is how Spirit works through me. That is how I am meant to share my gift. So even if you watch it later, the vibration carries through. So even if you're watching this later, the vibration will carry through for you to receive the healing, which is so awesome. And we just had a wonderful sign for those of you who understand some of the, I don't know how to explain it, animal totems, I guess, animal signs, animal messages. I just had 2 hawks fly over, and hawk is one of my spirit medicine animals. So I'm excited that they're here today to help us as we connect to the higher self and the divine. So we are going to create a sacred space. So I invite you to get comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to have your feet flat on the floor. No matter what, you want your arms and legs uncrossed. That will keep your circuits wide open. We want to make sure that you are as open as you can be. And because anytime we cross our arms or cross our legs, we cut down our energy flow, and we don't want that for you today. We want you to have the experience of the full energy that you are able to receive today.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, oh yes, Neshi, yes, my hawk medicine. And for those of you who know me in person, my hawk medicine can get kind of loud. If you've never watched before, I am going to make some clearing noises. They often sound like burps or that type of thing. Every so often, they will sound like a hawk. Usually it doesn't happen live, but we never know. If that happens, it means somebody is moving energy that is attached to a past life. So if that is what's blocking you from connecting to your higher self, I will gladly help you release that today. So take a moment to take a couple of deep breaths and really begin to feel your connection to your physical body.
Yeah.
Feel the weight of your bones, the muscles, the organs within you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And invite in the divine, your higher self, your angels, your guides, your ancestors,
Yeah.
your spiritual teachers, all divine of the highest vibration available to you in this moment of now. The fullest vibration available to you.
Yeah.
And we set the intention that we are surrounded and protected by infinite love and infinite light.
Yeah.
And in this sacred circle, we are able to openly connect and receive love and healing from the divine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that all the healing work that is done here today and in all future todays is for the good of all and harm to none,
Yeah.
including ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now welcome in the divine energy at the top of your head. You may sense a bright light, you may sense tingling or pressure, and that is the divine establishing a fuller connection with you in this moment.
Yeah.
So I invite you to take a moment of gratitude to thank the divine spirit as it begins to come in to open your connection, open your intuition, reminding you how to access your higher self through your heart and through all of your chakras.
Yeah.
We allow the energy to begin to come in to clear the very top of the head and parts of the brain.
Yeah.
For often we are clogged in our thinking, in our beliefs.
Yeah.
We may have become confused on our connection with the divine. For sometimes religious teachings are misspoken or misdirected in a confusing way that inhibits our true essence and our personal, unique way of connecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is no right and there is no wrong way to connect.
Yeah.
There simply is your way.
Yeah.
And also allowing the thoughts and beliefs around having intuition or being psychic
Yeah.
or mystic that may make you nervous or anxious from this lifetime or from any other lifetime. You may have experienced fear around using your divine gift of intuition.
Yeah.
Opening the ears and the ability to hear the divine messages as they come from our ancestors in the angelic realm,
Yeah.
from our guides and our master teachers.
Yeah.
Opening also the spots where we hold and gather that information that turns into divine inspiration, those aha moments of complete knowing.
Yeah.
Allowing that space to expand so that the information we receive may become grounded and centered within our being and in our knowing.
Yeah.
And clearing the energy in our jaw where we hold all of our control.
Yeah.
The ways we may clamp down, bite back, hold back from expressing our divine truth, expressing the messages, the inclinations that we receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Opening our perception to see the messages of the angels and the divine that appear to us in many forms. In numbers, in colors, in animals, in synchronicity, in music, and even through the words of others, timed perfectly to provide the answer for the question you may be seeking.
Yeah.
And opening up the throat and allowing our voice to be heard. In its fullest, most authentic place.
Yeah.
Clearing away the energy of untruth
Yeah.
that we may have spoken or others may have spoken to us, that we held on to as our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now noticing the releasing of energy at the base of the throat, the back of the neck. One of the spots where communication anchors within us.
Yeah.
And speaks through us.
Yeah.
And gently releasing the energy off the shoulders, in the shoulder blades,
Yeah.
ways where we have blocked our giving or our receiving. But when we give more than we receive or receive more than we give, we become out of balance. So opening up and allowing that space
Yeah.
to come into oneness,
yeah,
Allowing the divine energy to fill in those spaces where we may be
yeah,
out of balance.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And moving into the beautiful chamber of our heart, both physically and energetically.
yeah,
Granting space to our inner child to release any sadness or compression. Giving space for them to remember their joy and their wonderment, the excitement,
yeah,
the fullness of love that they hold, and in turn we hold within us.
yeah,
Opening our connection to our inner sage, our ancient elder that has traveled with us through each and every lifetime, accumulating all of the knowledge that is stored within us, within our records. Opening the communication so that information can come into your awareness if you need it in this lifetime as well.
yeah,
Easily with love and grace.
yeah, yeah,
And opening communication with our inner warrior, that part of us that gets fired up and is willing to fight for what is right and what is perfect for us and in alignment with ourselves.
yeah, yeah,
And also opening the pathway of the way to walk in our life and way to walk our mission and our life purpose.
yeah,
And as we walk our life purpose, really feeling the energy in our heart as it moves and connects to us and through us.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Noticing the energy that you may be holding on to in your heart or in the back between your shoulder blades.
yeah,
Releasing any stuck breath or any grief, sadness, or disappointment that you may be still attached to.
yeah,
Knowing that it is okay to hold on to energy you are not ready to release, but breathing into the possibility that release may be for your highest best.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And now moving into the belly and really allowing the energy of the ego to calm and subside. Relaxing the energy of survival that surrounds us.
yeah,
Calming the flames of fear
yeah,
that may have been activated within you in response to another's actions or beliefs.
yeah,
And as we choose to release the fear, we choose to release the anger, the frustration.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in so doing, we make space for any stress or anxiety, overwhelm, to dissolve like water.
Yeah.
For when we choose to allow our higher self to communicate through us, our survival body, run by our ego,
Yeah.
can be open to the expanded possibilities that the divine can share, which then releases any need to hold on to fear
Yeah.
or to hold on to stress.
Yeah.
Really calming the adrenal glands that are within the body, resetting and recalibrating them. For in this moment, there is no need to be in fight or flight. And there is no need to freeze in fear as well.
Yeah.
And when we choose to release that energy within ourselves, we have the opportunity to release it for all those we come in contact with, our family, our friends, even people we don't know. And then moving the energy down to expand the higher self-communication to be shared through all of our relationships. Expanding and opening the pathways of communication for authentic truth to be spoken by all, by you and by all those connected to you.
Yeah.
Opening the ability to manifest and create from our truth rather than from our fear.
Yeah.
Opening our ability to communicate even with our addictions or the addictions of others around us, including money and food and technology, not just alcohol and drugs, but those ways that we dissociate from our communication with the divine and dissociate from our communication with others by altering our awareness and checking out, as many are fond of saying.
Yeah.
And allowing that energy of open communication to spread into our root chakra, into our hips, our legs, and our feet, creating a sense of stability and safety and security in all ways in our lives.
Yeah.
For once more, through the open communication with our higher self, we release the fear that money and job and stability can have. But when we are anchored within our highest self and our divine truth, there is no need for fear.
Yeah.
All is as it should be, and all will be provided.
Yeah.
And allowing that communication to flow through our feet, down through the floor, through the ground, into the depths of Mother Earth, so that we open communication between the earth and the divine and ourselves in our own Holy Trinity. We're hearing and receiving the messages from the Earth Mother herself are just as important. So now take a moment to feel your energy and notice anywhere in your body where you may have pain or a feeling of discomfort. Ask the divine energy to flow to that spot, because it's a place where you are still holding energy, compressed in a way that does not serve you in this moment.
Yeah.
And in allowing that energy to release in the physical form, we also expand and release any emotional pain that may have surfaced,
Yeah.
any grief or sadness
Yeah.
that sometimes can flood through when we have been in a state of disconnect from our highest self.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Now take a moment to ask your guides and your higher self and your ancestors, what are the best ways that they communicate to you? Is it through feeling sensation? Is it through knowing? Is it through dream time? Is it through angelic numbers? Is it through animal totems? And it may be all of these things. There is no one way.
Yeah.
And take a moment to ask your higher self how it communicates to you within your body. What is a signal that you may feel when it is trying to communicate with you? Do you have a squeeze in the belly, a squeeze in the heart? Do you feel a tingle at the top of your head, a pressure in your throat or in your back?
Yeah.
So we all have our own signal. There is no one right way.
Yeah.
But we feel the divine signal from within.
Yeah.
Or we may feel it in the layers of our aura around us in our personal bubble.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And now one of the things that allows the communication to be reestablished is offering grace and gratitude and gifts. You may create a signal for your higher self to know that you are thanking it for the intuition, thanking it for the connection, thanking it for the healing. It may be through the burning of a candle or incense or sage. It may be a particular place that you sit and collect yourself. It may be a color that you wear. But create a signal in your intention in this moment for clear and concise communication will help with any discord or misunderstandings you may have had with your higher self or with the channels of communication that are located within your energy body. And now ask that our energy fields, our auras that surround and protect us be fortified and strengthened.
Yeah.
So many of us listening have the ability to absorb too much energy and we mistake it for our own. And in this moment, we're going to seal our energy. We will still be able to receive and feel that and know and use our empathic, intuitive abilities, but we do not have to soak them in like a sponge and become saturated. For when this occurs, we become weak and sick. And our auric layers protect our immune system. It is fortifying our personal bubble, which then allows us to hear and sense our communication quicker and more easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now take a couple of deep breaths and allow the energy to release anything left that you would like to clear. Release down your body, into your legs, down your feet, into the ground, into Mother Earth, who will compost it and turn it into beautiful new energy, creating fresh water and healthy trees and plants, clean air, supporting us and all the living beings on and in the planet.
Yeah.
And now take a couple of deep breaths and really begin to bring yourself back into your physical presence, into your body, noticing the weight of your bones and your muscles. You may want to stretch or yawn. But gently dissolve your meditation and return back into your connection here with me on this physical plane, even though it's online. So welcome back. Oh, Catherine, I'm glad you made it. I'm not sure when you came in during the meditation, but I'm glad you were able to connect. It's always nice to see friendly faces. And I just want to say one of the things that happens here at Trinity Healing Sanctuary in Massachusetts is that we have chimes that are outside on the deck. And whenever they ring, they're hanging in a particular way. It is a sign that the angelic realm is communicating with us. So once we started to connect with the higher self, the bells started to ring for a little while, which always brings me joy because it's just a little sign that they're here for all of us, and they were present as well. So I thank them for being here with us. Oh, wonderful, Neshi. She said, that was a great healing meditation. I saw many images and colors. Yes, and the colors are very symbolic. Lots of times we don't realize what the colors mean, but we can use the chakras as a beginning point for the colors. So if you saw reds, they would be connected to your first chakra and all of your survival, safety, security needs. If you saw oranges, that's connected to your second chakra. That is all about your emotions and your relationships and how you connect with others. If you saw yellows, it was your third chakra, which is in connection with your personal identity, your ego, and your personal power. If you saw greens or pinks, that is connected to your heart chakra, which allows you to release any sadness and grief. It really is the bridge and the gateway to the higher self. It allows us to feel the fullness of universal love, not just the relationship love. And if you saw blues, it connects to your throat chakra, which is all about speaking your personal truth and how to become authentically you, which is really cool. And if it was in the purples, it was your sixth chakra, which is all about your perception and your intuition, and really expanding and opening that. And also, if you saw whites or golds, that is connected to the crown and the divine energy. So very cool. And Catherine, she said it was very healing and releasing for me. I came in shortly after it began. Wonderful. Yeah, you can come in the middle and spirit catches you up. I don't ever worry about that. It's like you get dropped right into the meditation and you step in right when you need it. So I'm glad you were able to connect to us. For me, as we were doing it, I was feeling the secondary and tertiary chakras that people have that are connected to all the channels of communication. So there were a number that were releasing, which were lovely to see, by, in the jaws, by the temples, behind the head, in the shoulder blades, some places in above the heart, and some spots below the belly that are often affiliated with the adrenal glands and the fight or flight response. So, and of course, in the back, there's all sorts of spots in the back. And our back is really about how supported we feel by the divine, how supported we feel in our lives in so many different ways. So, it's never a surprise that, sometimes the back can have the most clearing need to happen. And when we don't clear the energy in our back, when we hold on to that too long, that's where some of the big sort of, mysterious illnesses come from. So fibromyalgia, Lyme disease, chronic fatigue syndrome. When I do energy healing, they're absolutely saturated in those spots in the back. Most people who have severe post-traumatic stress also have severe energy in the back. And part of that, I look at, chiropractors wouldn't be in business if we weren't storing energy in our backs. We wouldn't need them to help us out. So generally, we have key places in our back, if you do chiropractic, that are always stuck. Those are our go-to places to do our energy healing work from. You can also get an inkling of that from acupuncture or acupressure as well. And when the energy gets stored there, it starts to energetically clog our lymphatic system. And you can imagine when that becomes clogged, then nothing is flowing very well. And of course, our communication with the divine would not be wide open because our own body is out of sync with itself. And this happens to us all the time. People who have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, or they have adrenal fatigue, all of those things are when we become out of sync with ourselves. And usually that occurs because we've not fully connected. We've disconnected a little bit from our divine self, or maybe a lot. And when we are able to connect back into our higher self and get those intuitive hits, we learn how to take care of ourselves in a way that will facilitate healing on many, many levels. And so this whole healing was to help you reconnect, so that you start listening to your body and what it's saying to you. Listen to your emotions and what they're saying to you. When we get cranky, and we do get cranky, it's often because our inner child is cranky. And our inner child really is, sorry, I just got this huge hit. Those who know me, a recipe started to come in for a healing blend. When you have that happen, it's really difficult for other people to communicate with you as well. And then we get really frustrated. We get really cranky because we feel like we're not being seen or being heard, and our needs aren't getting met. So all of that can cause dissonance in our lives. And it all stems back to the fact that we somehow have become disconnected from our higher self. Because when we are in full connection, our life flows with ease and grace, even if we have chaotic things happen to us, or events that we have to deal with. We all have challenges. We're not meant to be here and just sort of like sit back and do nothing. So we're challenged over and over again, partly so we don't get bored. Because when we get bored, our energy is just even more lethargic. So we need these challenges to help us grow. Sometimes they're a little hard to take, but that's how that works. I've had a number of big challenges this past year, but they do feel like they're easing off, and it's creating some wonderful new opportunities. So perfect question, Catherine. So Catherine says, I'm starting a new job soon. I'm having a hard time leaving the other behind. Is there anything I can do to help me let go of it better? Perfect question. We actually establish a relationship with each of our jobs as if it was a separate person. So one of the things you can do is what's called cord cutting. And cord cutting is when you release the energy with the job. You wish it well and you send it on its way. One of the things you can do is do a meditation where you imagine yourself first and all of your energy, and then feel your energy in the old job. And you can basically go down your chakras from the top to the bottom, and you release any attachment, any cords to the old job. What I often have people do is they also will do a healing where they release any cords. So if you know anybody who does cord cutting, I actually do cord removal. I don't do cutting because I sometimes feel that straight up cutting allows the cords to grow back, kind of like weeds. And I would do a ritual ceremony, thanking the job for all that it taught you, thanking anyone attached to the job, and all that you learned from them. Because even when we leave because we had a terrible time, we still learn something. We learned about our boundaries, about how we are going to be treated or not treated in the future. So there is a gift in every relationship. There is a lesson. So taking a moment to do a little ceremony, light a candle, light some, incense, or burn some essential oils, diffuse them, whatever you feel called to do. But call in your higher self and ask that the cords connected to your job be released, that you send it love and light, and wish that the person filling your position or the business that you are leaving be filled with love and light, and that all things happen for their highest good, because it is no longer for your highest good. Because that way there is no resentment or judgment or anything that you leave behind. You fill up the spaces that the job left behind with love and light and gratitude, and that will help you let it go better. Because it is very difficult, because we get comfortable with our old self, and sometimes the divine needs us to take a leap of faith, and that sounds a little bit like what you need to do. And the more willing we are to just let go of our old and jump into the new, the better we can do that, and the fuller we can live our life and be in that space. So I hope that helps you, Catherine. It is something that I've done as a healing with people, and I do it by distance. So you can always reach out to me if you have difficulty doing it on your own, because I'd be more than happy to assist you with that. And, I want to tell those of you, a number of you have started using some of the Trinity healing blends that I channel. As you saw, one started to come through as we were doing that, which is really cool, because it looks like it's to help you heal your inner child, and that would be great. I think we could all use that. But today's oils that I used were the meditation blend. I use this every time we do these. That helps me open my channel. Sometimes I call on Archangel Metatron, because he's my guy. He really opens my channel even fuller, but there may be an angel that works even better for you. And the other one that we used, I know it's a little hard to see, but was the Chakra 7 blend. We have blends that are designed for each individual chakra, and many of my students will use, 1 to all of them, 1 through 7, just to keep their energy in balance. But if you have one in particular that is your weak spot, for many people, it's actually chakra 3 can be one of the weakest spots, or chakra 2. And those you can do independently. And they're great because they don't interact with any medicine. They're only made with pure, certified therapeutic grade essential oils and coconut oil. And you just put them on your wrist, and you cross your wrists, and you take a couple deep breaths and allow your heart to diffuse the oil to where it needs to go in your energy body, and poof, it happens really quickly. So you can always check that out on trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. That's where you can find those blends. And I am going to, starting in March, we're going to be featuring a blend every week. And the featured blend will actually, if you purchase it in that week, it will have a discount. And we do free shipping as part of our service here, because, I find that it's my job to get the healing out to you. So, I don't want that to impede anybody from doing what they need to do to take care of themselves. And each of these blends usually lasts you about 6 to 9 months, depending on how frequently you use it. There are some that get used up more quickly if you're a healing professional. We might use psychic protection or energy detox a little more often because we're working with so many people and need to release that energy quickly. So thank you guys for checking in with me today. It's been my pleasure of being here with you. And I really, thank you, Neshi. I wanted to say, yay, an oil blend. Every week, oil blend. Yeah, because I figure the only way for you to learn is for me to tell you. So we'll feature one every single week so that you guys can get the lowdown. And I will see you, next week at noon for chakra sessions. Or if you feel called, join me tomorrow night here back at this page for Soul Connections at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will do straight healing with card drawing. And I would, love to help you connect and get a message for the evening. So have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.